became a mother rather reluctantly. I was 21, and although I was married, my husband and I had chosen a path of no children. We are both the oldest siblings in our family, and in no way do we want the responsibility of children. The constant, keep an eye on so-and-so responsibility. We were free, making decent money, eating out, and staying up all night on weekends. Then I missed a birth control pill, and I became pregnant. Abortion was out of the question. I had done that at 17, and I was not going through that horror again. So, we were having a baby. I was having a baby. I was going to be a mother. I cried for a week. I cried, and I got over it. I could do this. I was a good big sister, and I would be a good mother. I, of course, would do things differently than my mother. I got books from the library. I read What to Expect When You're Expecting. I told my friends, my family, and my coworkers. Everyone was excited for me. I was the cutest pregnant woman ever, they told me. I loved being pregnant. I was warm, even though it was winter. My hair was fuller, my skin brighter. My belly grew and grew. What I didn't expect was the overwhelming love I felt for this little being in my belly. We had a relationship before he was born. I talked to him when we were alone. He would tickle my ribs from the inside. In the evenings, I would lie on the sofa and watch my swollen belly. I would watch my baby's feet and butt move from one side of the belly to the other. This love I felt was more than I had ever felt before, and it was beautiful. Soon, 5 weeks too soon, I went into labor and my son came into the world. He was whisked away by the nurses to run tests to make sure he was okay. I watched as they cleaned him up and poked and prodded him. They did jaundice, but I pronounced fine, and I was getting him back swaddled in a soft flannel blanket. I was now officially a mom. My son did not do well the first month of his life. It took 3 visits to the pediatrician to determine that he was sensitive to milk, and we switched to a soy-based formula. In the meantime, I was running on fumes. He was hungry, and I was tired. So damn tired. I never knew I could be so tired. Staying up all night with friends is fun. Staying up all night with a baby is not. I persevered, and soon we were both getting what we needed. He food and me a bit of sleep. Being a mom is exhausting. Exhausting, but rewarding. When my oldest son was 2, we decided he needed a sibling. So I was pregnant yet again. It was lovely, but harder this time. I could not dedicate hours to just relaxing with the little being in my belly. Still, I was warm in the winter and the cutest pregnant woman ever. And soon, I gave birth to my second son. 2 boys. I was thrilled. I fell in love all over again. I had secretly worried before he was born. How could I love him as much as his brother? Surprisingly, it was not even a question. My heart opened to him, just as it had with his brother, and I loved them both equally and as fiercely. Fiercely, I loved my sons. The whole mama bear thing is true. I would kill for my boys. I would die for them. They were now the priority of my life. Keeping them healthy, safe, and loved was the most important task for me. I read to them, tickled them, snuggled them, taught them, fed them, and loved them wholeheartedly. All of my decisions were based on giving them the best start in life possible. My relationship decisions, my career decisions, my financial decisions. What would be best for my boys? That was the end of my question. I willingly sacrificed so much for them. Being a mom was being a mama bear. With wonder, I watched them grow. I loved seeing them discover the world. The joy they had in little things like bugs and sticks and rocks and water. There was so much to discover and learn together. I taught them what I knew, and they taught me what they knew. I learned to be more in the moment and not take myself too seriously. Boys are silly, and I learned to laugh more freely. As they grew, I learned to let go, to let them learn from their choices, to love loosely and not hold on too tightly. Ultimately, that is the biggest lesson, the ongoing lesson, to let go. Let them fly, falter, stumble, live their own journey, and walk their own path. My sons are now young men, one with children of his own. They are on their separate journeys, and I watch them with pride and sometimes with dismay. I'm not the first person they turn to with the hurts and the joys, but I'm still fiercely protective of them, wholeheartedly in love